Hey, it's Sue. Welcome to the Lenormand lovers. I'm so happy that you're here and that you have an interest in learning how to read Lenormand cards. They're my favorite. So I'm going to let me share my screen with you and we'll get started. Today, we are going to talk about two card combinations. So one of the great things about learning how to read Lenormand cards is that they help you connect with your intuition. So let's get started. So what are Lenormand cards? We covered this. I'll go through it pretty quickly. So they're named after Mademoiselle Lenormand. She was a French professional fortune teller who lived back during the time of Napoleon. She was considered the greatest cartomancer of all time, highly influential in the wave of French cartomancy that began during the 18th century. She didn't create the cards, but she became famous for using them with her clients. This is a very simple deck, 36 cards, illustrated, fairly concrete, literal meanings, and they're known as Petite Lenormand. As with all fortune-telling vehicles, these are to be used for fun and for a form of entertainment and to not rule your lives. We're all born with free will that we need to exercise when making decisions daily. So why Lenormand cards? They're very straightforward. Each symbol represents something, an object, a person, idea that speaks directly to each one of us. We use our own personal symbol vocabulary or spirit vocabulary to tell the story that shows up in the cards. If I was to mention to you, let's say flowers, you immediately have a picture in your head, not only of what flowers look like, but what flowers mean for you. And that's where we pull our spirit vocabulary. So there's only 36 cards that are anchored in simplicity, making the foundation work to prepare to read the Lenormand cards easy to grasp. The deck is very small and easy to hold in your hand, like a deck of cards, which we like. So the benefits of reading Lenormand. Working with the Lenormand cards will strengthen your connection to your intuition. Being so easy to read, Lenormand cards will strengthen your confidence in your reading skills very quickly. They can show you the direction you're heading in any situation at any time, and it's up to you to decide if you want to stay the course or change your energy and move in a different direction. The cards serve as a messenger from your higher consciousness. All the answers that you seek to any situation already lie within you. You just have to tap in to your intuition to hear the message and the answer. These cards are eerily accurate and can give a glimpse of your future, helping you to prepare and manage your life. So the resources, I use two different kinds of cards. I use the Learning Way Lenormand. I love them. They're just so beautiful. And I use the Blue Owl. They're very, very simple, kind of old-fashioned, easy to read. And this is a must-have, the Essential Lenormand book by Rana George. This is it's just broken out so beautifully. Each card gets 2 or 3 pages that talks about a very extensive meanings, but you don't need to memorize them, because what really is important to tap into your intuition is what that symbol means to you, because it'll show up for you in a way that you will understand without having to strain your brain to remember. All of these things are available on Amazon. I studied under a very talented teacher for several years here in St. Louis, building my reading skills. This led to my reading for the public in 2017. From all of this that I'm going to tell you, choose what speaks to you and leave the rest. So some decks, I also want to point out, come with extra cards. They might have extra people cards, like a young man versus an old man, or a young woman versus an old woman. I have a deck that has a couple of different versions of the birds. Might be owls on one card, might be little parakeets on another. I have a deck that actually has like a bonus card. I'm not sure what that's for. So again, I would start with the basic 36 cards as you learn how to read them and interpret the symbols. So I've done some previous videos. The first one was all about building your spirit vocabulary, choosing one word meanings for each cards. So if you haven't watched that first yet, I would go back and watch that. There are no set rules, and practice is key to your experience. So two card combinations. So Lenormand cards are read in pairs of two, coming together to create a prediction that tells the story or answers the question that's asked. The symbols flow together to give clarity about the past and to give you a glimpse of the future. Combining cards helps us blend the story of the cards, and stringing the cards together is what makes a coherent statement. So one of the Lenormand reading formats uses all 36 cards, but you don't read all 36 cards. You read them two at a time together, depending on where they are in the reading. So learning how to read the two card combinations is fundamental to building your foundation for reading Lenormand cards. All right, so you're going to use your spirit vocabulary. So you're going to look at the very first card as the subject in a two card reading, and the second card as the description that modifies it. Or the first card is the noun and the second card is the adjective. So I had to, get refreshed on what the meanings of all this was, because I'm not an English teacher. But a noun is a word that identifies a class of people, a place, or a thing. And the adjective is a word or phrase related to the noun that modifies it or describes it. So it's really not as hard as it sounds. Anyway, here we go. Two card combinations. Right now, starting with the combinations using Clover and the other 35 cards. For Clover, my word is luck. So now we're going to match that up to each of the other cards. So writer. Writer for me is news. You always think of that Paul Revere riding in, the British are coming. So luck and news together could be good news. So the next one is ship. Ship for me is travel. So we wouldn't say lucky travel. That doesn't really make any sense. But what about if we said good trip? It was a good trip. Now house for me is home, but it's also small business because I have a small business, but it could also just be foundation. So if you were going to use home, you could say lucky home, but what is luck? Luck is winning things. So prosperous. So you could have a prosperous home. Oops. Now we have tree. Tree is health. So lucky health or good health. Most of these will have good in front of them. Now we have clouds. Clouds for me is confusion. So we don't say confusing luck. It would be kind of reverse. The confusion, you can't really see. The clouds are in the way of the luck. So I would say luck is uncertain. Now, again, you're putting in whatever you want to put in. This is just me filling this out as we chat about it. Snakes for me, danger. So we won't say lucky danger. We would say maybe this person is an opportunistic person, or maybe too good to be true. Then we have coffin. Of course, we're not going to say lucky endings, but it could be depending on, what was going on. But so for me, ending, so this would be your luck ending. All right, so bouquet. Bouquet is a big gift. So, these are now the two lucky cards together. You wouldn't say, lucky luck, but you could say the gift of luck. Definitely, any way you look at it, this would be a very lucky combination. So now side is another one of those negative cards, and it's sharp. For me, it's sharp. So you wouldn't say, or sudden, you wouldn't say sudden luck. You could say calculated risk. You're going to try something and it turns out well, even though it was kind of dangerous. Luck happens fast. Luck comes quickly. The whip, that's another one of those negative cards, and that's the repetition. It's arguments. So it could be repeated luck. That's what I would write down, repeated luck. So repeated. You've won bingo twice in a row. Aren't you lucky? Birds for me is two people talking or life coaching. I also know it could be gossip, but I'm just putting talking. So lucky talk could be good talk, a good talk, something that's helpful. All right, now child could be an actual child, or it could be new or small. So I'll say new or small. But if this came up in a reading and you said, you know, was your child lucky today? Someone might say, yes, they won something at school. But I would say this is something new that's coming in. So new start, new luck, or happy kid. How about that? Happy kiddo. Fox can be a negative, mischievous, or it could be your job. So it could be a job opportunity. So I'm going to put sneaky. So I would say questionable luck. So it would be one of those things that was too good to be true, or it could be a job offer. So if it's too good to be true, that's where that could come in. All right, so bear. Bear is business, courage, finance. All of those are kind of businessy. I'm going to put in business. So you could have a good business, but also this could mean maybe that you have a good boss. Because having a good boss would be lucky business for sure. All right, stars are wishes and dreams. So I would say this is your dreams come true. Stork is transitions or the birth of new things. So I'd say it was a good birth or good changes. Dog is loyal friend. Loyal friend with bad doggy breath. So this could be a good dog or a good friend. So I would say good friend. Tower is a multi-level thing or isolation. So this corporate, I would say. So let's put in corporate. So this would be a good hierarchy at work. Now, so garden is your tribe, your social group. So this could be, and you can talk online, this could be good networking. This could be fun at a social gathering. How about that? All right. Mountain is obstacle or delay. So this could be that your luck is blocked. Crossroads is choices. So this would be good choice. Mice is diminishing. That's also stress. So this could easily be that your luck is lost. Heart is love. And I always like to also say it's a heart-centered connection. But here we're going to say it's lucky in love. Ring is commitment. So I would say it would be a good contract, a good deal, a good commitment. So book is secret knowledge. So lucky secret knowledge, what would that be? Secret. I think with knowledge that you don't know, if you would find out the news, then you would feel lucky. So let's say this is discovery. Letter is written communication. So I'd say this is, again, good news. This could be, well, positive news. I'll just leave it news, good news. All right, so now we have the man. This is a significant person. So this could be a lucky man or a lucky woman, a good person. And so the same thing with the woman. Now the lily is peace, tranquility, also as a timing thing, could take a long time. So I would say peaceful. Oh, it's also someone who's older, so it could be about retirement. So I'm just going to say happy and peaceful. Always depends on what the question is that someone asks. So the sun is success, one of my favorite cards. So I would say a happy achievement. Then we have the moon, which is emotion, also psychic and romance. So this could be a good relationship. The key is solution. So I'm going to say it's a good solution. Fish is resources. So resources can be a lot of anything, a lot of things, not just money, but in this case, I'm going to say it's abundance. Anchor is security. So this could be a secure finances. How about that? No, let's see. Secure, feeling secure. And then the cross can be a burden or spirituality. And it depends on the question. And this could be blessings. So when you get those negative cards, a positive card like Clover turns it to a better story, kind of cancels out the negative. And when you're doing the bigger readings, the closer the card is, the negative card is to what you're asking, then the more impact it has. But the further away it is, it kind of negates. Anyway, that is Clover. And we're going to, for the next reading, which will be matching up ship with all of these cards, we're going to keep these card descriptions from this column here so that it's continuous. But again, in any reading, it can mean different things depending on what the question is. So anyway, we'll get to all of that. I am thrilled, again, that you are working on learning how to do this. And please know that if you have any questions or you are struggling with something, send me an email at sue@piedpiperofpurpose.com. Check out my website, piedpiperofpurpose.com. Say that fast 3 times, especially if you've had a glass of wine, not easy to do. So I'm here to help, and I love doing this. So thank you so much. Have a great one.